Hi, this is Brad with Copper Creek Cuts, a lawn care company in Northeast Florida, and today I'm taking you along on a commercial quote. Most of the time, it's from a management company that isn't local, right? So here locally, there's not a lot of people who have any kind of online presence. So if you're a nationwide management company and you need lawn care in Podunk, McClenny, Florida, you do a Google search for it, right? And I'm one of the only people that pops up, one of the very few. But that's how I get a lot of requests for commercial work. Most of the time, it's more work than I can handle, so I just pass on it. And, you know, I don't feel like they'd make very interesting videos. But anyways, this one is a crystal. I doubt I'll post this video until something is either confirmed one way or the other. Either yes, I'm getting it, or no, I'm not. But I thought I'd take you along. Now, when you get a bid for a commercial property, they should always send you what they're looking for, their scope of work. There's a weekly site visit. You have to show up every week. So in Northeast Florida, where I am, I might only mow March through October, November, depending on the season. But I still have to show up every week during those other times when the grass isn't growing. The weeds will be, but so that's kind of a bum. During those weekly site visits, things that have to happen every week: debris removal, lot and sidewalk blowing, those have to be done weekly. Remove litter everywhere and debris, that's kind of the same thing. Weeding has to be done every service. Remove weeds from sidewalks, parking lot, landscape beds, and turf areas. Broadleaf weed control performed 2 times or more per year. I'm assuming that means on the turf, which if that's the case, that's gonna knock me out immediately because I don't have the license, and actually none of the local guys would. They'd have to get somebody like Florida Peninsular. Mechanical edging to be performed at each service. Trimming and pruning to be performed a minimum of 2 times annually on all shrubs, vines, and trees up to 12 feet. So that's not too bad, only 2 trimmings a year. 2 times is pretty low for shrub trimming here. Irrigation system has to be checked monthly. I'm leery of any kind of job that will require me to maintain a parking lot, because man, people just throw trash everywhere, and that's a lot of stuff to blow off too, you know? So that's not ideal to me. You know, strategic partner will be responsible for total weed control for all areas during each visit. All right, so that's kind of what we've got going on. Now we're just gonna take a look at the property and see if it's something that I could handle. The acreages here is pretty small, so we'll take a look and see. All right, so starting in my parking spot, so we've got this little strip here. There's the property line out that way. And then it runs out this way. This is very poor condition too. Got a little bed there with maybe a dozen shrubs. And we're coming back around here. See one of our sprinkler heads sticking up right there. This is all very sandy over here, so it's not very good quality. Got another landscape bed over there. Mulch. Let's see. And now we've got another back line here that doesn't look like this will need to be string trimmed over here. And I don't even know if this needs to be edged because of how low it is, but it would need to be string trimmed. And like, see all this trash over here? That's one thing I don't think I like about commercial work, is I don't have any love of picking up trash. I'm not a trash guy, right? I'm a lawn guy. I like cutting grass, so that's one thing that always makes me nervous about bids on commercial work, is I just don't want to pick up trash, and I know I'm gonna have to. All right, so I think this is the property line down this way. So that's just a couple of passes on the 36. And then across here we got this big old kidney bean shape. And this, I know I'm gonna get a lot of people giving me flack for this too, but I hate doing ditches. It's just not enjoyable to me. So I think altogether this was this patch of land here is like 1/4 of an acre. And I think the mower might be able to get most of that over there. You can see it kind of shallows out some. Gets a little steeper now. Yeah, pretty, I don't think it's gonna show up, but let's see. So I'm standing level, and that is, that'd probably come right to my waist if you were to draw a straight line from there to here. So this ditch is about waist deep. And then I don't know, I'll have to ask about the sidewalk, if that's something that the city will maintain, if they'll edge along this little right of way. If not, that should just be a pass with the 36. See down here, you can see the tire marks there. Somebody's coming down here with the mower. And then just this little piece here, and then the rest of it's just landscaping. See some kind of a, I don't know if that's azalea or not. I think that's azalea, but I'm not sure what these are. All these need to be trimmed. So again, if that's only twice a year, that's not bad. You can see some of the clippings here. So I don't know if they just clip it more than that and leave the clippings or what. It doesn't look like this backside's been done too well, or too recently, I should say. And got the rest of the ditch there. Yeah, and see, all this would have to be done string trimmer. All the sides of that would have to be done with a string trimmer. And if you guys have watched for any length of time, you know that I don't really, now that's a pretty bird. You know that I really don't care too much for string trimming. And I caught a lot of flack in a video that, it's up at the top right corner now, but a video where I outlined a yard that I dropped because it just didn't make me happy. And there were a lot of people who didn't like that, you know. I think the most, you see all the trash there. See, there's nothing but trash over there. Nothing but trash, and whoever's doing it now doesn't care to pick it up. I mean, maybe that's why they're shopping around for it. I think we're gonna go take a look at the rest of it, but at least right now I think this would be something where if I did get it, it would just, I just have to bid a stupid high amount that they took, because this is a lot of stuff I don't want to do. And there's the other view of it. So it's not super big. And then this is just an entire landscape bed that, I don't know, somebody's not, so this is lantana, and this is gonna be from last year, all this dead stuff, because that's kind of how lantana works. Like, it grows and then it dies, and then you can just cut it back to the ground and it comes back, you know, next year with all this stuff. But the fact that this is here makes me think that they didn't even cut it from last year's. They haven't done a spring one yet, a spring trim. Some more azaleas. So I guess this stuff is kind of, I don't know, this looks more like ground cover too, so it's kind of hard to say. They should have done it in a shape. You know, I don't even know what kind of shape you would do that in, because if you did them all into circles, they wouldn't look good. So that bed's kind of like ground cover, and then we've got our bed of ground cover here as well. Then we've got a couple more beds up front. We'll walk around the long way so we can get another look at that kidney bean. And here we've got just lava rock, which we'll just hit with weed killer. Yeah, oh, anyways, I know a lot of people don't like when I say that I don't like one kind of thing, or that I won't do certain kind of work, but you know, my response was, I didn't really start a business to do stuff I don't like. If I want to do work that I have to and I don't have a choice, I'll just go be an employee somewhere. I think part of being a business owner is being able to pick and choose the work you want to do. But that's just me. All right, and then we're coming over here, a little closer to the road. More trash, mustard packet. All kind of little trash here. Make sure I'm not gonna get killed. So we've got another little patch of grass here. Not very big at all. More of these I think the hedge work's pretty simple. I think the hedge work's pretty simple on this property too, because a lot of it's just straight boxes that they've done it in, you know. And then this is just grass here. And again, gotta see who does the city work, or see if the city does the sidewalk. I mean, it's not too much sidewalk. And then we're back to where we started. So honestly, I don't know. The other thing too is I'm not entirely sure when would be a good time to do this property. They're open from 6 a.m. until midnight every day. Like and here's the other thing too, is it has to make me at least as much as, like if this yard takes, let's say I'm just making up a number, 3 hours to service on a weekly basis. It has to make me at least as much as I'd make 3 hours mowing residential yards, right? Some of the pricing is opportunity cost. It's not just how much is this gonna cost, but what am I giving up for taking on this property? So that's another thing too. But anyways, that's all stuff for me to figure out later. If you're seeing this video now, one way or another, it's been decided. But I just wanted to take you along for that. I can't even remember if I've ever, I think one time I did on a bank in my first year, I got a quote, so I did a video of it, but I haven't done that since then. And you know, like I said, I get about four requests for commercial work a year, and it never works out because one, usually somebody's got people working for them for $10 or $15 an hour, and they'll do it a lot cheaper than I will, or it's just too big, or it's work that I don't want. So anyways, let me know what you thought of this video, this type of content. Let me know what you would do with this commercial property. If you'd like to see some more videos, here's a couple YouTube things you might like. Please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell, because if you don't do both of those things, YouTube doesn't let you know when I put out new videos. And thank you so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it.